All right, folks, I've said it many times before, and I'm going to say it again. The presidential election is going to be primarily about pocketbook issues and the economy, kitchen table issues. The soft underbelly of the Biden economy for 2.5 years is a decline in real take-home pay. That's after inflation, after taxes. In the last quarter alone, real hourly compensation dropped nearly 5%. In manufacturing, it dropped about 5.5%. For the past nearly 2.5 years, middle-class blue-collar real wages under Biden have fallen 2.1%. Compare that to the Trump years when real wages for working folks increased 7.3%. That is a very big difference. That is the kind of difference that can determine elections, all right? Folks are working under both presidents. Unemployment was low under both presidents. But the people were making good money during the Trump years, and they're losing money under Biden. Groceries up almost 20% under Biden. Energy up almost 1/3, over 30% under Biden. As Edward Lawrence said, a 15% plus CPI increase. That's why this is going to be a pocketbook election. Now, here's a recent poll from the Democracy Institute, all right? Good poll. 1,500 registered voters, and it's weighted 35% Republican and 37% Democrat. Now, most important issue, 31% inflation, and then 19% economy jobs. That's 50% on the pocketbook issues. Next, crime, 15%, immigration, 11%, abortion, 3%, Ukraine, 3%, transgender woke, 3%. All right? But there's more in this poll. Joe Biden's handling of the economy, 26% approve, 63% disapprove. Now, another question. Is Joe Biden a better president than Donald Trump? 38% say better, 57% say worse. And then finally, is America actually in a recession? Well, 61% say yes, 25% say no. All right, now I hate to bore you with all these numbers, but it's a credible poll taking an important snapshot of the today's voter thinking, okay? Let me go a step further. There are a lot of Republicans throwing their hats into the presidential ring. Good for them, bunch of smart people. But Donald Trump has an enormous lead today. And I'll bet you that 3 months ago, none of the newer candidates, or maybe anybody else for that matter, ever expected to face a Trump lead like the one we have today, probably amounting to 30 or 40 percentage points, depending on the poll. So you'll ask, why? I'll say there's a bunch of reasons, including one, an unfair double standard weaponization of the legal and judicial system against Trump. Republicans are furious and know that this politicalization could someday be aimed at themselves. But there's more. Mr. Trump is the only candidate who has consistently spoken out on the economy and the pocketbook issues. Remember? Drill, baby, drill. Tax cuts, deregulation, curb spending, keep King Dollar at the center of the world's monetary system. And people know that he has already succeeded once on the economy, actually twice with the V-shaped post-COVID recovery, and they believe he can do it again. One final point. Folks know he is a fighter. Even those that don't know him or like him know he's a fighter. Taking on a Washington, D.C. swamp, taking on entrenched bureaucracies, corruption in the FBI and the CIA, appointing judges, restoring law and order on the border or throughout the country or in the schools, all that requires a tough fighter. And I'm going to coin a new word. It's called fightingness. I'm not saying the other candidates aren't principled. I'm not saying they won't stand up and fight. But at this point, no one has the fightingness that Donald Trump has. And that fightingness is what's going to take to make America great again.